Breathe looked around Melbourne and saw a broken housing system, and Nightingale is a response to that. Nightingale exists to revolutionize the way we live together and to deliver socially, financially, and environmentally sustainable apartments. The site was selected because we wanted Nightingale to be livable without a car. So the site on Florence Street is really walkable, and everything you need is in close proximity. Nightingale 1 is located between the upfield bike path and the number 19 tram line next to Anstey Station. And it's located on Florence Street across the street from the Commons, which is sort of the predecessor to Nightingale. Nightingale is all about people. And the brief for Nightingale 1 is to create spacious, sustainable, affordable apartments that are light-filled and easy to live in. The architecture is a result of that brief, and because of that, it's simple, it's robust, and it's long-lasting. The ground floor of Nightingale has 3 commercial tenancies, including a cafe that trains people at risk of youth homelessness. Also on the ground floor, there's 42 bike parking spaces and a refuse room with 7 waste streams. Each level of Nightingale 1 has 2 two-bedroom apartments and 3 one-bedroom apartments, which makes for 20 apartments in total, 12 one-beds and 8 two-beds. On the rooftop, there's a shared communal laundry room, and there's a communal rooftop garden with an outdoor kitchen and dining area. When you walk into this apartment, you see a long corridor, which is reminiscent of a Victorian terrace house. And off to the right-hand side, there's a bedroom, and then a bathroom, and a second bedroom. At the end of the corridor is an L-shaped kitchen, living and dining area, and it's nice and wide, which means it gets heaps of light in through the north, where the balcony is located. The kitchen has a pantry and fridge that faces back towards the back wall, and that conceals the appliances and makes a really curated dining space in a small footprint. One of the important design decisions with these apartments is the removal of the second bathroom and laundry, which frees up a lot of floor area to give back to living spaces. At Breathe, we always say, build less, give more, and we approach every project with the idea of reductionism. And the reason for that is to reduce the embodied energy in every project we deliver. At Nightingale 1, there's no ceilings, and all of the services are curated and exposed. That means that there's no plasterboard and no structure to hold up the plasterboard, so it reduces the amount of material that goes into the building. We also try to eliminate any applied finishes, especially toxic ones like chrome and plastics like polyurethane. The tapware throughout is raw brass. We also love the raw brass because it shows the manufacturing process, and you can see the weld marks and how it was put together. And it develops a really beautiful patina over time because it doesn't have a lacquer. The floors of the apartments are recycled Tazoc flooring, which are lifted out of houses around Victoria and relaid in these apartments in batches. They're all top nailed with no adhesives so that they can be lifted out of this building also at the end of its life and given a new home. The end of the pantry and fridge unit is clad in acoustic material that acts as a pinboard, and it's made from 100% recycled PET plastics. The precast blade walls are the exposed finished surface, which brings a robust nature into the space and also eliminates applied finishes to the surface of that material. The front facade is a response to Brunswick's industrial heritage, with the steel-framed winter gardens facing south and the recycled cream bricks to the ground floor. When you walk in through the entry gate, there's a bluestone cobblestone laneway, which paves the ground. There's also all of the metering and services are exposed, so you can really see and celebrate and appreciate the services and materials that come into this building. In the entry corridor, there is plants to the left-hand side with grow lights above, which sees the ficus really thriving. The rooftop is designed with introverts and extroverts in mind, so there's big social areas, but also more isolated sitting spots where you might read a book or do a meditation. The residents had a lot of input into the landscape design, which means there's a lot of moments for kids to play, including 2 sand pits and a mud kitchen. All Nightingale buildings are fossil fuel free in operations, which means we have an induction cooktop for cooking and an electric hydronic heat pump on the roof. The heat pump is centralized, which means you save on the embodied energy of providing individual hot water units for each apartment. Because Victoria is a heating climate, there is no mechanical cooling in these apartments, and we rely on cross-flow ventilation and ceiling fans to keep the apartments comfortable, as well as a really well-insulated thermal envelope. All of the apartments are minimum 7.5-star Nat Harris energy rating, with an average of 8.2 stars across the building. The glazing in the living room is high-performance double-glazed timber windows, and their mechanism for operating the door is a lift and slide mechanism, which has a really airtight acoustic seal around all sides, and that protects the apartments from the adjacent train noise. This building harvests all of its rainwater, and it captures the rainwater in 3 tanks on the roof that have 20,000 liters of water. And the water is used for the fire services and for irrigation of the landscape. There's 18 kilowatts of solar PV array on the roof, and the building also has Australia's first embedded energy network, which buys 100% certified green power. An important consideration in the design is to consider the ongoing running costs of the building for the residents that move in. So by maximizing the thermal envelope and making sure that the building runs on minimal operational energy, we can keep the apartments really affordable to live in long term. Because of the community consultation process that goes on through the Nightingale housing development model, a lot of the neighbors already know each other by the time that they move in, and they become fast friends as a result of that. The communal spaces on the rooftop and in the public areas also really contributes to building relationships across the community. Nightingale exists to revolutionize the way we live together, and it was conceived as a response to a climate and housing crisis. We know there's still a lot to be done, but 5 years on, we're really proud of what Nightingale 1 has achieved, and we've seen a big shift in the market and the demand for more sustainable and more affordable housing.